Welcome everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway as we continue the MRL Summer Series. I want to thank you all for watching and joining in as MRL continues the Summer Series. Qualifying going on now for Charlotte. Again, this is our full-length race of the Summer Series. 2 times on the board right now, Dan and Coma, the only 2 to set a time so far. And Dan is faster than Coma as of right now, so already pretty interesting to see. We'll talk about some other stuff later in terms of points and all that fun stuff. Right now, Dark going around, setting a time. Oh my god, is that super? Thank you all for tuning in on whatever channel you're on, MRL or Team N channel. Evento up next, driving this Dollar General 97 car. Very interesting. Very interesting sponsors. PCT? Crazy. So Dark a 29.6, bottom of the board. Evento winning the last MRL Summer Series race. That was, I think, a month ago at this point. It has been a hot minute, and we're glad to be back. That was at Atlanta, and of Evento 29.583. Pink up next. Pink was second at Atlanta. That beautiful sun. It's kind of blocking the scoreboard or the leaderboard for times. That sun is really bright. But it sure does make these games and these cars look good. It's going to be a night race, folks. Hope you are going to enjoy. Pink across the line, bottom of the board, a 29.646, as Radiant will be next. Radiant having a pretty good Summer Series season, currently 3rd in points, or tied for 2nd in points, I should say, with Evento. No wins yet this season, but they've been very close a couple of times. Still hanging up there. All these drivers really without any practice. It's something that we've been kind of concerned on as a league, is the amount of practice these drivers are putting in, although you can't really blame most of these guys because a lot of them are in AIRL, and AIRL, you know, this season has been so high energy and so close in points that, you know, you miss or have a bad race in AIRL, it's a lot worse than having one here in MRL. Funny how the tides have kind of turned. It used to be the opposite. Radiant across the line, it's going to be a 29.7. And I think that will conclude qualifying. Well, Roger up next. And as Blaze just mentioned there right now, yeah, Roger right there. Right now, Dan with the fastest time. And it was funny, because we have to use this backup kind of method. We have to use this backup method because Dan went before we started a timer on our normal qualifying method. And he might go take pole. I think Evento made the argument that, you know, it's just Dan. But Dan, really one of the few drivers that puts in practice. And so he's at the top of the board, just 100th faster than Coma. As we wait on Roger to get a car and spawn it in. Now everyone's surrounding the man. Roger raced last season in MRL in the Nationwide series. Was pretty successful there from what I remember. Races in Jackal, I know that. Last time I checked in, he was doing really good. As we just wait for all this to happen. As you can just see, the lights did, in fact, turn on. Please don't show up on the wrong monitor. Okay. So, okay, MRL with the automated lights. You got to see them go into action right there as the sun has reached a certain point. So again, welcome everybody to the summer series. Let's go and talk over the point standings as of right now. Como leading the points at 31. Evento and Radiant tied for second. This is from Phoenix, I believe. So not sure if how these changed from Phoenix or Atlanta. Actually, let me go and double check. Because let's see, race 3 was Phoenix standings for race 3. Okay, so these are standings from Phoenix, so they're outdated. But with the last race in mind, Evento did get a win, so Evento most likely going to be leading in terms of points. Radiant's probably going to be down a couple as Roger is now going on track. So we'll go back and look in the times. Dan still on top. We'll see if Super I'm going to say Super and Roger interchangeably. Same guy. So let's see if Roger can do anything here. Whoa, already hit the wall. Again, Evento and Radiant as of Phoenix were tied in points. And Alpha, Dan, Pink, Bede, Barry, Blaze, Dark, Estonian, Junior, and CH. Blaze is here. Pink is here. Unfortunately, Barry cannot join us. Having an issue with technology right before the race. So we wish Barry luck with technology. Estonian, unfortunately, not able to make it. Dark is here, so good points for Dark. As Roger, a 30.8. That is impressive.
Previously, you have to brake to set the corner, not just.
Okay, they're telling him how he got that time so far off, but oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. Everyone's still lined up here on the wall. So Dan will take pole. Wow. There is your official qualifying times. Dan will take his first pole of the summer series, and I think of MRL history. So far, the only other two? I don't know how... all my stats are out of date by a week. But wow, Dan. Blaze was disqualified. We'll see if Blaze makes a start. I think maybe he hit the wall or something. Again, we are just currently here waiting for Yummy to get all of his things sorted out. So look back at the board actually. Coma in second, Evento in third, Dark in fourth, Pink in fifth, Radiant in sixth, Roger rounding out seventh, and then potentially Blaze in eighth. So just kind of wait for everyone to get back in line. Looks like this will be the car that... Oh, is Roger going to do another... Okay, yeah, no, Roger not going to do another lap. Alpha might be showing up late. Bede as well. We'll see if Bede actually wants to show up. Although you know, wants to, only if he wants to. As the drivers set right now a stack. Oh no, Yummy. All right, well, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. The race is coming up next. Welcome everybody back to Charlotte for MRL's first full-length race in quite a long time. The only full-length race in the summer series. Everyone getting lined up on the back straightaway. Yummy driving the pace car, of course. Dan on pole. Somehow, Dan getting the fastest lap. Only one that had practice. I asked the drivers why he was the only one that had, why he got pole. And, you know, he said he was the only one that have practice. So, kind of says something about the league. Coma in second, Evento in third. He's lining in there at the back of your picture. So we make more room for everyone else to get lined up. Dark coming in, rolling in on fourth place. Looks like Alpha might be able to actually make it into the race. He joined the server. so annoying. Okay. Just waiting on whoever's next, which is Pink. Pink up next. Currently in a blank car. Trying to conserve fuel. Smart idea, Pink. Pink in 5th place. Get lined up here with everybody else. Super lining up as well. Who was that? Radiant. Going to be in 6th place. Then Roger in the 6th, who's coming out of turn 4 now. This is in that Viagra number 6 Ford Taurus. And not many restrictions on paint schemes this summer series. All these cars coming from different templates, different leagues. As Blaze is going to be, I believe, one of the last cars to the lineup, unless Alpha, Alpha will be racing. So Alpha, who is getting stronger and stronger in the Summer Series points, will also be making a start. Oh, has to get in the right car. Here we go. Alpha coming out of pit road now. As everyone gets lined up on the back straightaway, we'll go over our race analysis. Man, that car is so loud. Let's go over your race info as that very loud pace car just sits there. So let's start off with the weather. It is overcast, but it is also the nighttime, so the track temperature only 87 degrees. I believe this is going to be the coolest race of the summer series so far. The driver should not have shouldn't have a problem controlling your tire temps, at least on the extreme end. Maybe we'll see drivers struggling with cool tire temps instead of hot tire temps. It's overcast, as you can see. 80 degrees. Take a look at our race analysis. 130 laps, 260 miles. This is the longest summer series race. We'll be here for a couple of hours. Pit window is from lap 0 to 130, and pit speed is 90 studs per second. We'll see how pit strategy plays in. Of course, cautions will probably decide that strategy for the drivers. As we just get everyone all set up and ready. Because, you know how it is. It takes the drivers a minute to get ready. Menta switching to his gotcha banking car. That car's kind of historical. Oh, there we go. We're starting the pace. So again, we'll go over your race analysis and then the track temp. We go around. Set that up. Thought he did. Here we go. One of the cooler days, of course, as I said earlier. Haven't MRL not really been to Charlotte, I don't think, too many times. Can't quite remember how many times we've been to Charlotte. So Dan on pole. Thomas sitting in 2nd place, Avento in 3rd. Dark sitting in 4th, and then Pink rounding out your top 5. So we've been 3 long weeks without MRL, and it's finally back. And it's back for one of the longest races of the season. Well, the longest race of the Summer Series. Sorry, it's been a minute. Only 2 more corners until we start to go racing. Sun going down, lights are on. It's time for some good old-fashioned MRL racing. Dan coming to the restart zone. And we are underway here at Charlotte. Start to see some contact throughout the pack as the drivers learn how the corner works. So far, so good. Everyone able to keep it together and pretty smooth. Vento looking down to the inside on Coma as Dan riding that high side. 3 wide for the lead as they come out of turn 4. Dan getting the advantage as they come across the line. He will lead lap number 1. Vento again diving it in on turn 1. Gonna get a little bit of a run mid-corner. Although Coma is gonna get a little bit of a high-speed run coming out of turn 2. Vento able to limit that pretty well. Pink up to 4th place. Dark starting to drop back behind Radiant as these 2 packs kind of form up. Now Vento on his way to get to 1st place, able to get around Coma, gets a bump through turn 1. Here comes Coma back on the inside, 3 wide as they bounce off the wall. Still 3 wide as they head down the back straightaway. Coma not backing out, goes wide, squishes a Vento and Dan. Luckily, they don't go flying up into the wall. Coma will get the lead out of turn 4. Lead lap number 3, and Dan starting to fall back now of the 3rd. Pink with the dive, big contact to Avento. That gets Avento to Coma's quarter panel, not quite able to hang on enough. Now looking down to the inside as they go down the back straightaway. Dan dove it in, bounces off the wall, gets into Pink. Pink sideways, nearly lost it. Holds on. He stays in 3rd. Avento, ooh, rumble strips. It's got to be careful. Now down to the inside. He's going to have the lead going through 1 and 2, but Coma on the outside is going to get a run out of turn 2. They're neck and neck going down the back straightaway. Turns 3 and 4. Dead heat of Coma. Whoa, Avento driving Coma up the racetrack. A little bit of contact. Oh, Avento caught some grass, nearly lost it. Going through the tri-oval, now goes wide. Here comes Pink on the inside. 3 wide for the lead again. Coma having to back off a little bit. Avento really trying to stay in the middle. And Pink all the way down on the inside is going to have an awkward entry into turn 3. Here comes Dan, and Pink is going to take the lead going into turn 3. Coma with the runs there on his outside. Dan a little bit loose going through the tri-oval as, oh, Dark! What a save by Dark! As, oh, there goes Dan and Avento down on Radiant. Getting punted back up. They're all able to save it, but what a commotion that was. 3-car breakaway with Coma now diving to the inside to try to take the lead back as Pink bounces off the wall. That's not going to be healthy for that car. Let's see if we can take a look back at the replay on this one. So we're going to see Dark gets contact there with Avento. Great save by Dark. Able to get that thing going straight. And then Avento tags Dan and then goes up and into the wall. Nothing Dan can really do. And then Avento gets caught here with Radiant. And it's just a whole thing. So everyone able to come out of that alive. But we'll see if there's maybe any damage on any of these cars. Apparently Alpha with damage. No damage on Dark's car, so that's good for him. I'm sorry, I'm used to having TV cameras. Let's listen in on Dark and see if he had a reaction to that whole event. And I think he'll have the audio for everybody else. Oh, it's quiet. Unfortunately, it was kind of quiet. We'll try to maybe come up with a fix for that in the future. But as of right now, Dan back on his way to the front. Been battling with Pink for the last couple of laps. Loses a ton of time coming out of turn 2. There's the Vento, and here comes Alpha as well. Alpha with a little bit of damage. As Vento sends Dan into Pink as they go 3 wide. Vento! There he goes! Can he save it this time? And he can! Man, he had that thing totally gone as he hit the rumble strips. Vento kind of being a weapon. And we're going to see on this replay is that he gets into that rumble strip area as, Vento again there with contact with Radiant. He'll drop back even farther with Radiant. Those two gotta have some sort of damage at this point. As Coma is starting to pull away from the field as they all try to kill each other. Dan on the inside for second place. Not gonna find any speed. Alpha going through the middle. Thinks better of it. Oh, Pink coming down on Dan. That car super loose. Man, these cars get super loose as Dan slides up into slides up into Alpha. Alpha will get the spot. Blaze almost involved there as well. And Vento will get a penalty for reckless driving. Dan gets involved in more traffic. Radiant popping off the wall. Oh, Dan lagging. Gets into Blaze. Gets into Radiant. They're all spinning. They all save it. Huge time lag there for Dan. It looks like he gains control. Radiant now at 70% on Wearer. And so Radiant probably not too happy with Dan. As here comes Alpha on Pink. Alpha started at the back. Worked his way up to third place. And he's had some damage to his car as well. I believe he's down 70% 80%. Pink really struggling with that wall. He's gotten into it the last couple of laps. It's going to give Alpha a little bit of an advantage into these corners as he kind of just gives it up there. Here comes Vento. He's worked his way back up front. Almost went 3 wide there. Vento really, oh my goodness, Vento's playing with fire on that curb. Oh, and he's really not gotten his driving back up better. Next restart, he will have a grid drop. He is not treating those tires too well. As, oh, Alpha coming down on the nose. That time. So Goma still pulling a gap. It's now up to about 1 second on Pink. As Alpha and Vento were kind of battling there, and Alpha not able to get around Pink. Who, I mean, no offense to Pink, but I don't think he's the fastest car of these three. As we got a car bouncing off the wall, it's Dan, and the caution will come out. Dan with a, yep, that's a wall pop. And his car is on fire. Coma will get the race back. Pink in second. Alpha in third. No good replay on that one. We apologize, but Dan obviously bounced off the wall. And it looks like we might go under red here as some drivers go AFK. But Dan's car wrecked. And he will not be going into pit road. Probably should have. Unless he was directed not to. I imagine he probably was. This is really the only replay we got. You can... What? There we go. You can see the skid marks there on the left side of your screen. Right where the score board is. Those skid marks is where Dan popped off the wall. Oh, that's not good. Pit road will be open. Radiant gets the free pass. And everyone else will come in. Any pit stall you want, you can have. Ooh, Avento. Oh, Avento with a horrible pit stop. Got denied a spot by Roger. Didn't take the spot right ahead of him. And then has to get this one in front of Dark. Radiant will stay out. Everyone else coming in. It's going to be Alpha right in front of Avento. Of course, Avento with a grid drop anyway. Dan is still going around the racetrack, and we'll go a lap down. The pace car, and this is something that Yummy has said multiple times. Oh, Dan didn't. Okay, so sorry for the pause there. But as Yummy said multiple times throughout the summer series, the pace car will not wait on you. And Dan did not know that pit road was open. As what was Pink doing? Pink nearly hitting the pit wall. Tags Radiant. Not sure what the idea was behind that. I mean, he was swerving to maybe warm up his tires, and then oh, might have actually tagged it just a little bit there. A lot of people live streaming tonight. See if we can maybe listen in on Pink from that little thing for pit road.
Yeah, okay, bro, hit the wall.
All right, pace car will head in. Coma is the control car, and we are back underway here at Charlotte. Coma already into the wall. Actually kind of helps him out. Gets a nice good run off of turn 2. This restart will give a good chance for Roger to make up some spots. Right now sitting in 4th place. Kind of struggling there on that first run. Pink and Dark battling for 2nd place. Dark on the inside. Getting some run. Been a really good night for Dark so far. Good qualifying spot. Kind of fell to the back on that first run, but really fast at the start of the 2nd run. Already trying to make some passes. Some fuel conserving going on down the back straightaway. Not sure why you'd want to conserve fuel. Even though we didn't really have a pit window. No one really had a pit window. We knew that tires would wear out way faster than fuel. And so maybe you want to make a fuel-only stop. Sure. Or a tire-only stop. I don't know. Dark had a pretty good chance to get a pass there done there in 1 and 2. Big contact from Super. He goes down to the inside. And, ooh, Pink has to back out. Super up to 2nd place. Very aggressive move. Now goes wide. Gets collected with Dark. And they're gonna fall back. Just way too aggressive going into the corner. Dove it in way too, and then cuts off Alpha. Not be surprised if we see a penalty for the 6 as, getting into more trouble back here. Just way too aggressive in the turn 1. This is the replay. Just dove it in, got caught up on the quarter panel with Dark, and they just kept falling back. Everyone else tries to get by now. Radiant up to 3rd place. Has kind of been hanging out in the back all race. Now, that gap to 4th. Gonna be hanging up with Coma and Pink. Ooh, Pink on the grass. That grass is dangerous. As Pink trying to take this lead away from Coma. Great side-by-side battle. Coma back up into the wall. We'll see how long Yummy lets that happen. So far, I mean, it's not really dangerous, but it does give you a little bit of an advantage. Pink really trying to work that inside, tries to come up in front of Coma there and did not have enough room. Alpha now up with this battle of 3 as they are racing rough there in the back. Dark really hard into the wall there. Pink drove it in a little bit hard. Trying to get the lead out of 2, can't clear it. Alpha up to 3rd, now looking down on the inside with Pink. But Radiant even lower. And Pink is going a little wide on these exits. Squeezing Coma up on the wall. So far it's been no issue, but... and a really bad entry into turn 1. They both get caught up on the wall, and Radiant and Alpha will pass. And now these two battle for the lead. Pink backs off, lets Coma get the spot. You can see the hitch. You can see how awkward that was for Pink. And now Avento's up on Pink's bumper, and he's gonna start passing. And this pack's gonna get a whole lot tied more together. As of right now, Radiant with the lead, Alpha in 2nd, Coma back in 3rd as they almost look to go 3 wide back here. Avento still racing really aggressive. You can see what I mean by that hitch. If you watch Pink on your right side, just kind of got stuck up there. And then because Coma's on the high side, nowhere for him to go. He's got caught up back there. Bit of contact there between Radiant and Alpha. And Radiant winless through the Summer Series has been close. Just hasn't been there at the end. Not without a lack of trying or speed. He's been really fast in the Summer Series. Just been a little bit unlucky. Field closes back up together. Coma now working his way. Whoa! Working on Alpha there, just both of them kind of up too high. I was gonna try it again. The Alpha works that high side. Man, this race would look so good with TV cameras. We're gonna try, folks. We're gonna try. Oh, Radiant, bad entry. They go 4 wide. They squeeze together. Alpha has to drop back to 5th, and Evento up to 2nd temporarily. Coma backing off, probably for the best. Evento will keep 2nd place, but that could have been catastrophic for the field as they go 3 wide again mid-pack. I think a little bit wobbly on that exit. Evento getting into that rumble strip again for the road course here at Charlotte. Pink some contact to Evento. Oh, Coma going through the middle. 3 wide for 2nd. Not able to get the run down the back straightaway. His nose is still there. Evento didn't see it. Evento nearly wrecking. 3 wide for the lead now as here comes Pink and Coma on the inside. Radiant trying to get an outside run. Not clear. Still has the lead. Gets into the wall through the tri-oval. Tries to squeeze Coma down. Only hurts him 4 wide for a moment. Pink with the lead. Coma back up to 2nd. 3 wide for 3rd. Radiant getting the run on the high side, clearing for 3rd, now diving in on 2nd place. Oh, Alpha went wide on the exit of turn 4. Squeeze into Evento, he drops back. He's gonna go back to 7th. Radiant, oh, very wide into turn 1. That looks to be like the problem area for the 22 is getting into turn 1. Radiant looking down low into turn 3. Oh, wow, way up the racetrack. Evento will take advantage. And Pink now the one that pulls away. 3/10 on Coma. About 3/4 of a second on Evento. Looks like the high line's going to be the preferred line for tonight. But that inside line, they've been able to hold it. And I think that's been really the most impressive part, is that the inside line is not a bad line. I mean, Radiant's down there right now trying to make a pass on Evento. Making it work. Making it work. Ooh, Dark nearly went around. Coma working his way to Pink. Radiant maybe into Evento there. The exit. More contact back here. As Dark now trying to get past these guys. Radiant a little bit wide on exit. Got into Evento's bumper. Seems like they're just driving it in a little bit too hard there on the exits. And now a lot of contact. Everyone up and into the wall in turn 1. Please, risky move. Ooh, Super, yeah. Ooh, Super is 6.9 seconds back. Nice, but not nice for him. Again, Radiant is in 3rd, and now a second back. It is Pink and Coma pulling away. Whoa, what in the world's going on here? Huge stack up. And that just went from bad to worse. Alpha up to 3rd. What happened? I have to know what that was. So there they come into turn 1. The Radiant slamming on the brakes. dove it in too much. Blaze just went straight into the wall, and then they all got caught up on each other. Man, looks like turn 1's really that deadly corner. You got to get it right if you want to go and have a good corner. "43 laps complete here at Charlotte. 1 caution, 1 penalty been handed out so far. That was for Avento back on lap 13 for reckless driving. That penalty has been served. So no penalties for anyone else on the racetrack right now. We've been green since that last caution. And that was on lap 19. So almost just had a caution there just a couple laps ago. Coma and Pink been running away. Coma down to the inside. Be side by side for the lead. Pink with a run on the outside out of turn 2. Neck and neck down the back straightaway. Ooh. Pink. Huge lag spike. Still wall riding the corner. Is going to have to give up all that time. He's still wall riding. And he will give up that time. Coma will take the lead through turn 2. Big lag spike there from Pink. See, in AIRL, all the drivers are in their own voice chat, so they usually they like to use the Roblox chat, but right now they're all in the same voice chat. So they're yelling at each other instead of yelling in the Roblox chat. Pink trying to get that lead back now, down on the inside. A little bit of banging going through the front straightaway. Pink drove it in way too hard into turn 1. Coma will get the switch back down to the inside, and they're going to go right back the neck and neck racing down the back straightaway. Rest of the field getting pretty spread out. Kind of a group of 3 behind the leaders. That's Alpha, Dark, and Avento trying to catch up. They're doing that. They are catching up. But they are a second and a half back. Then you have Radiant and Blaze. They're kind of a group of 2 hanging back. 3.5 seconds. Then Super, who is just off the pace, and cannot blame Super at all. Just had no experience with these cars in at least a year at this point. I don't know when the last official MRL oh my gosh, I'm having a stroke. MRL nationwide race was that Roger attended to, but it has been a long, long time. I think Alpha was doing the Wordle earlier. 5-letter word that starts with T and has a B and R. Alpha is literally doing the Wordle right now. Alpha lost time on these last couple of laps because he was doing the Wordle. So far, I mean, it's been an awesome battle up front. I haven't been really talking about it. But Pink and Coma have been going at it for the lead for the last 20 laps. And it's been a good battle up front, but I cannot believe Alpha is doing the Wordle. Apparently the R was correct on Turbo. So if anyone wants to help him out, say something in the YouTube chat on the T-Man stream or the MRL stream. I don't know if anyone's watching either of them. Oh, Pink! Another leg spike! Oh, and that's going to invalidate. Oh, Pink slamming into the wall. Does he regain control? He does. Another massive lag spike for Pink coming out of turn 4. And we're going to watch it here. He just keeps turning left. And it's going to be a hard impact here. Oh, man, that's a huge impact. I wonder if there's any damage on that car. Pink is streaming. We might have to take a look at it. So here's the look from Pink's view, and we're gonna keep an eye on that vehicle condition. That's right in the bottom right, right next to the big 0%. And man, what a big lag spike! And yeah, he did get some damage. He lost 20% of the vehicle condition. Oh, Pink again having issues. Will this be a caution? It will. Pink, huge lag spike. He might have to stop streaming. And we'll recover out of turn number 2. Dark is gonna get a penalty. Yeah, Dark, a penalty, reckless driving on lap 53. Must have got a little bit too comfortable with Radiant. Started racing him pretty rough. Dan will get one of his laps back. He is the lucky dog. Let's see if we can maybe listen in to Pink.
Okay, come a tire wear check.
79.
Oh,
79. What
who
on
just
earth?
died?
Caution, 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 please.
Let's go, baby. Let's
go.
W.
Can I go into the pits now?
I wish I still had a sound.
No, you have to race back. Your car's
Bro,
not
my
full.
vehicle condition is bad.
I don't care. Your
Yeah,
car's not
finish the
full.
lap.
Dan, are you okay?
Could hear Aventa was happy. Apparently Aventa was some major damage on that 97 car. Definitely going to be able to get that one fixed under this caution cycle. Unfortunately, it's going to be a long pit stop for him. I think there's going to be a long pit stop for a lot of drivers. I think a lot of people have... so sorry about that. I think a lot of people have damage, enough to where Yummy just pinned the details for the repairs. And we'll go and talk about them here with you as well. There are 4 different types of repairs that you can do, and we'll just take a look at Pink's little board here. And you can see on the bottom right, you can see where it says basic repairs. Drivers can choose what kind of repairs they want on their little dashboard. There, again, are 4 different types. There's full, heavy, basic, and light. Light is a 10% vehicle condition improvement. That takes 5 seconds. Basic is a 25% increase on condition, and it's 12 seconds for repair time. Heavy is 50% condition raised, and that's 25 seconds. And then full is 40%. And oh, we're gonna have an interesting pit lane here. 3 wide coming in. Not sure if Yummy's gonna be too happy with that. There is a pit rule. That is the passing lane and diving lane and what? Oh, okay. I thought my stream just went out for a minute. It was Pink's. So everyone down pit road. I'm gonna guess a lot of people are gonna get repairs. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out first. It looks like it might be Radiant who comes out first. Nope, it will be Coma, then Radiant, then Alpha, then Dan, who's gonna be a lap down. And then it will be Dark, Super, Blaze, and then Pink. Whoa, Pink. Oh, Pink lagging even more, and he slams into the wall coming out of pit road, and he just repaired his car. And now spinning around, Avento has to dodge him. Pink might get told to leave, to sit this one out. This is what it looked like from Pink's POV. Did he get damaged from hitting the walls? He did, 5% there. So he just fixed his vehicle condition. Oh, he dropped down another 5. He got, wow, back down to 90. Whoa. So Pink is having really bad lag. That is extremely unfortunate. Someone's gonna have to tell him to maybe stop streaming. That's gonna be probably what helps out the most. Oh, I don't think anyone's listening to the stream right now. So, a little bit of a recap on the race so far. 2 penalties have been handed out this race. One for Evento on lap 13, and then one for Dark on lap 53. Dark will be restarting at the rear of the field. There he goes now. Be in front of Dan, who is a lap down. Dan bringing out the first caution. I think had a wall pop or got wrecked in the rear of the field, or totaled, as Yummy would say. And that brought out the caution on lap 19. And then our second caution, Pink lagging on lap 54. And that's where we are now. Pace car will head in this time. Coma going to be up front. Radiant there in second. Had a good pit stop. Alpha in third. Super in fourth. We'll see if Super can maybe find some speed on this run. Pace car is in. Coma gets to the restart line, and we are back underway here at Charlotte. Great restart for Coma. Able to immediately pull away. 3 wide with Super. Evento comes up the racetrack, gets into Blaze. Blaze into the wall and drops back. Oh, and Super now gets into it again. Man, I'm surprised Super hasn't gotten a reckless driving penalty on these restarts. Alpha catching up to Radiant. Try this. This'll be fun. Radiant with the dive. Quite get to Coma's quarter panel there. Radiant's gonna try it again. Coma looking for the switchback. Although Alpha was there, Radiant will take the lead. Oh, but Coma a little bit of run now, looking on the outside. See if he can maybe make that one work. It's maybe trying to look for the switchback again, but Alpha's still there. This time Coma able to drop back. Unsuccessful for the switchback, unfortunately. Now Alpha down to the inside. So Coma's gonna start bleeding some spots here. As here comes Pink. Oh, Coma a little bit wide there on the exit of turn 4. Radiant keeping it way down low in turn 1. Not having any mistakes this run. And that's where a lot of mistakes really came for Radiant on that last green flag run, was in turn 1. He just getting it down, getting the science down. Ooh, having to come down there on Alpha. Oh, Evento slams hard into the outside wall. Just a huge lag spike for Evento and just goes boom into the wall. Sorry, you guys weren't looking at the replay, so here's the replay of it. Just obviously lagging and then goes slamming into the wall there. There's definitely going to be some damage on that 97 machine. Coming back up to second place, now looking to the inside of Radiant. Radiant, I think, prefers the inside lane. That's where he's really been to make passes all race. Able to keep it all. Pink lagging again. Pink slamming into the wall. Hunting through on turn 1. Slams hard into turn 1. And his car's on fire, and the caution will come back out as everyone has to dodge. And that might be the race for Pink. I mean, that's a second event in a really short time span. The rule is 3 lag events, but he might get told, hey, figure it out or park it. And then, you know, with blowing up an engine like that, you're going to be multiple laps down. Alpha steals second place on the race back. What? Oh, but Pink, man. try to keep Pink in this race. Tell him to stop streaming. I mean, I like his POVs, but it's just that if you're lagging that bad, man. Here's the replay. As they start to go pacing, you can see just totally frozen through the whole of the front straightaway. And then just down to 0%. Car's on fire. Just nothing he can do. So I'm gonna recommend that he stop streaming. I said it in chat to see if he can maybe see it, but it's just really unfortunate to see. Pit road is open. Front two cars stay out. Dan as well. He's gonna get another lap back. It's Coma, Blaze, Avento, Roger, and Dark that come in. They're taking the time. Uh-oh. Pink actually might be a hazard on pit road. Oh, and he doesn't even find a box. I think Pink might be parking it. And yeah, Pink out of the car. Spawns in a whole new car? I'm not sure if that's legal. So two cars staying out, that's Radiant and Alpha. And okay. Yummy says that, yep, Pink was able to do that, so. Oh, yeah, Yummy told Pink to actually do it. Okay. So, Pink will only go, I think, one lap down. Dan should be on the lead lap. He was a threat at the beginning of this race. Unfortunately, he was caught up on lap 19. And it went 2 laps down, mistaking pit lane to be open. Or to be closed, I should say. So again, this is what the replay looks like for us. Watch Pink, he slams into the wall on the front straightaway, gains a ton of damage, gets some more damage there. And then the car just, on this third impact, lights on fire. And that's a totaled car. That brings out our third caution of the night. Yeah, only 66 laps in. So a little bit caution heavy tonight, but of course, I mean, 2 of those incidents due to lag, so Pink has stopped his stream. So unfortunate. So pace car will head in this time. The top 5 is Radiant, Alpha, Blaze, Coma, and Dark. A lot of big names at the back of the field. Pace car heads in. Radiant the control car, and we are back underway. Good restart from Radiant. Kind of made Alpha jump a little bit and then held him back. Not quite good enough to hold the lead into turn 1. Alpha and Radiant side by side going down the back straightaway. Alpha, oh, big contact there going into turn 3. Here comes Blaze through the middle. Can't quite get the nose in. Radiant with the outside run's going to hold on to the lead and comes down right in front of Alpha. That was a risky move. But he's got the lead. Alpha going up to block Blaze, but here comes Coma on the inside. Big run on the outside for Alpha. Radiant still on that inside lane. He's been able to use it up all day. Is Coma looking in the middle. Probably not what he wants to do. They're 3 wide for 4th. Blaze drops back. Again, probably the smart move. Radiant and Alpha still side by side as we go into turn 1. Radiant drifting up the racetrack a little bit. Gets a slight tap by Coma. Here comes Avento on the inside. He goes and makes it 3 wide for a moment. Radiant down the block to 97. Going into turn 3, you can see how low Radiant enters, but then he drifts up big time. Able to recover the corner pretty well. Alpha bounces off the wall, bounces off of Radiant, and then gets control of that car once again. Big freight train. Now Avento looking through the middle. Big stack up. Radiant's gonna have to find a better entry into this corner. Just dives it low and then drifts way up the racetrack. For his own sake, he's gonna have to find a better line. Oh, Avento! What in the world just happened there? We got a car on fire and caution comes right back out. And this time it's Super who's on fire. They race back once again. What in the world happened there? Oh, contact between Dark and Avento. That's what happened. So we back it up again. This is going to be interesting. You know, just both of them trying to occupy the same lane. Avento goes around Super to try to avoid it, gets into Pink, and then because of that pinch, these cars really don't like getting pinched, and with that sustained contact up on the wall, that car lights on fire. Pink's gonna have some significant damage. Avento is gonna have some damage. Dark possibly could have some damage on this one. We'll see what Yummy rules on this one. I think he's gonna rule a racing incident or that Avento came down. We can watch from Dark's POV, see maybe what happened, get a better light on it. Here it is from Dark's angle.
I got caught on.
I brought him up there.
Ooh.
He saves it, but Coma doesn't. Caution.
Come on.
Yeah, so, I mean, kind of looked like Dark maybe drove into him. Pit road is open, and the front two stay out again. But Blaze and Pink come in. Avento faking out at the last moment. Surprised Avento didn't want to come in with that. He's going to have some damage. Pink obviously is going to have some damage. Oh, Blaze maybe having an incident? No. Thought he was going to be having some issue there with pit road. Let's see, does Pink take any repair? If anything, it was a minor repair. Nope. If anything, it was a minor repair and comes out in front of Blaze. A good pit stop from Pink. Super did full repairs, and I think we'll stay on the lead lap. Came down pit road pretty much immediately. No penalty handed out on that run, except to Super, who apparently got a grid drop for reckless driving on lap 59. So, on the restart, that last restart, he did get a penalty. So for reckless driving, and then no penalty for that caution though. Radiant, the control car once again, and we are back underway here at Charlotte. Good restart by Super. Awesome restart by Super. Finds the inside lane. Same thing with Pink. And then they go drift up the racetrack, put Dark into the wall. Was a good restart, and then got pretty reckless there. There's Avento hanging off of a couple of cars. Gonna be interesting for the battle for the lead. Radiant going out wide again. Get some help from Coma though. Radiant will have a run off of turn 4. Not clear though. Coma with the inside. Ooh, some big contact going into turn 1. Oh, Radiant got caught up on the wall. Was not clear from Alpha. He filled in the spot. Bounced off the wall. Here comes Super on the inside. Nearly turns the 18. Backs off, back to 4th. Coma will take the lead. Alpha looking to the inside. Super diving it in. Oh my goodness. Avento as well. Dove it in 3 wide. That was risky. Coma and Alpha side by side going down the back straightaway. Radiant getting into the wall. Super still trying to figure out these cars. Oh, he drifts up the racetrack, gets in the Radiant. I don't think Super's making a lot of friends. Maybe a little bit of feedback there from Radiant as they went through the trial vaults. Oh man, they are risking it. So much contact. Alpha with the lead. Coma and Super battling for second place. You know, and it's funny to say that they're battling each other because usually in Jackal, Coma is the backup driver for Super. At least in the early part of the season. Again, I have not paid attention to the Jackal season other than the start when I did some commentating work for him. Unfortunately, not going to be able to, Radiant, not going to have it time with school and all that. But, oh man, Super trying to battle for the lead. Yes, Genty, it is. Super down on the inside, gets a huge run, drifts up the racetrack. Super with the lead. How did he do that? Been multiple seconds off pace and now up front battling with Alpha. Coma's starting to drop back. He might have damage in that 18 car. Ooh, really bad exit for Super though. Oh, Avento and Coma contact there. Alpha into the wall. Super clears for the lead once again. Alpha looking to the outside, to the inside, dancing all along the front straightaway. Puts his nose to the outside of Vento, filling in the inside. Vento, one of the fastest but most aggressive cars of the night, and that's what's gotten Vento in the most trouble is how aggressive he's been tonight. He's looking for a win as they go 3 wide for the lead. Avento all the way on the bottom, getting pushed down by Super, who holds on to the lead out of turn 4. Somehow getting a run on the inside. Not sure how he did that. Alpha getting squeezed up to the wall. Here comes Avento on the inside. Now side by side. Oh, they're putting bumpers where they shouldn't be. Some intense racing. Coma dives it in through the middle. Bounces off of Super. Now bounces off of Alpha. Big hold up. Radiant to the pit wall. Dark around. Caution is out for the 5th time tonight. They were racing real too hard. Man, I don't know how they... I'm not sure how they made it that far. They were racing so hard. Racing back now. As Super just brake checks Avento. Blaze is going to try to steal second place. Can Blaze steal second? And he will. I'm sure Avento's not going to be real happy with Super on that one. No penalties out so far. Let's take a look at the replay. They were racing so hard before this. So Coma dives in deep into turn 3. Rises up the racetrack through turn 4, gets caught up with Alpha and Pink, bounces off the wall. Pink goes flying to the pit wall, slams into it. I thought that was Radiant that was actually into that wall, but that was in fact Pink. And Alpha getting some damage there as well. Dark is involved, so we're gonna have to take a look at Coma's POV, maybe Dark's POV. He got tagged. Well, let's see, Yummy is typing something. 5th caution on lap 81. No penalty handed out so far. Although I'm gonna expect that Coma gets a grid drop here for reckless driving. Just diving it in that hard and then drifting up the racetrack really is what caused this caution heavy damage on the 18. So let's go ahead and listen in and watch with Coma's POV.
No, that was Alpha pushed me into you.
Oh my God! Stop.
Oh shit, my bad. Oh,
Take advantage of this.
oh please.
Yep.
Oh, that's yeah.
Was that race
Is that
back?
a race back?
No,
No.
we're racing back.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I find it comical to watch Pink. Watch Pink on the inside. He just... Boom. But Coma bringing up an interesting point. That actually this one might be on Blaze we're gonna watch, and there's gonna be some heavy contact right there from Blaze. That drove Coma up into Alpha and Pink, and then Pink just going boom into that pit wall. So Blaze maybe is going to be at fault for this one. Maybe we just need another angle. Maybe we just need Dark's angle. That's maybe we need Dark. So let's go and watch this from Dark's angle. So again, Coma up there into the wall, and then wow. Big contact. So let's look back and maybe see if there was contact with Blaze and Coma. Blaze is going to be in that darker blue car. So, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Pit road will be open this time. No penalties. 2 penalties handed out. Alpha getting a grid drop for reckless driving, and Blaze getting a grid drop for reckless driving. So Alpha getting tied into that one too. That's interesting. Everyone coming down pit road this time, so it's gonna be busy. Not sure what Alpha did to provoke that. Maybe it was for no, same lap. Take a look. So maybe Alpha had some contact with Blaze. I'm not sure what Alpha did here. I mean, where was he gonna go? I don't see it. Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it was a different event. Evento will be off of pit road first, and then Dan can be up into second place. Our pole sitter of the event will be finally back up front. It's been kind of struggling mid-pack ever since he got back on the lead lap. Went 2 laps down on that first caution on lap 19. Kind of been working his way, trying to get to the front ever since. Dan saying P2, let's go. What a callback. What a callback. And I'm glad to stream this race to you guys. Nothing going on tonight other than MRL. AIRL to Long Beach on Sunday. That'll be really fun. As Yummy is 80 laps down. Come on, Yummy, get with the program. 80 laps down. So we will be going green this time, presumably. As everyone else gets lined up. Let's go over your top 5. Vento on the front. Then Dan, Dark, Radiant, and Coma. That's your top 5. Alpha wondering why he's at the back. I mean, he's got the grid drop. I don't know why he has the grid drop, but he's got the grid drop. All right, pace car is in. Vento to the restart zone. We are back underway here at Charlotte. Good start for Evento, or a good restart for Evento. Be pulling in front of Dan. And just getting some clarification from Yummy on the penalties. Yummy saying that Alpha sent Roger and was already on a warning. So, you know, just asking for clarification. I didn't see anything, but there was obviously something there that I did miss. So that is why Alpha's at the back. And then Alpha saying oopsie, yep. So gonna thank Yummy for giving some quick clarification. Yummy, the best pro racing official ever. It's a little harsh, but he is, it's better to be harsh than lenient. Coleman Super battling back here. I believe this is for 5th place. Really only side-by-side racing out on the track right now as Coma, Alpha, and Super try to catch up to the front. Pink and Blaze kind of dropping back. Blaze really struggling tonight. Just hasn't found... Whoa, what in the world is going on here? Oh. I don't even know what that was. But they saved it. Let's take a look back at that. What happened? So the lag spike? The bumper lock? Looked like a bumper lock, and then Super fishtailing slaps Coma into the wall. So an interesting bumper lock. Haven't really seen those in the summer series. So Avento still with the lead. Dan slowly catching up after that amazing restart from Avento. And then Dark sitting in 3rd. Dark really has been kind of all over the place tonight. You know, at the beginning of these runs, when everyone's on fresh tires and that, he's been really fast, but as the run goes on, he kind of slowly just drifts back. Some contact there with Dan. Oh, Avento popping off the wall. Big time loss for Avento and possibly some damage off of that. And again, for those that don't know, MRL with damage for the upcoming season. It's gonna be really exciting. So if you want to join MRL, the link is somewhere. The link is somewhere. I think it's on the MRL channel. It should be on the home page. Dan looking in. Oh, big dive by Dan. Has to hold up Dark, who now looks to the inside. Radiant starting to catch up on these guys. 40 laps to go. Now 39 here at Charlotte for our first kind of full-length race in a long time. The only full-length race in the summer series. And only a couple races left. Pink fixing speed. That's why he was so slow. That explains why he was kind of hanging out towards the back and was slow. There we go. I was having some issues there. 38 to go. Dan, whoa, nearly turns Dark. And Alpha and Radiant. Oh, Alpha has to check up. Pink tries to merge, and Dan, whoa, Dan loses so much speed. Not sure why he decided to lose all that speed. I mean, just swerving across a racetrack will do that. Some contact there. So Dark still holding up the 2nd place, is about half to 3/4 of a second behind Avento. Radiant sitting in 3rd, Alpha back in 4th, and Coma running out your top 5 as they go 3 wide for just a moment back here. Dan and Super getting into a collision. Dan with a grid drop for reckless driving. Turns out they were racing kind of recklessly back here. Dan will have a grid drop next restart. Radiant catching up to the 46, and now going to the inside to take 2nd place. Oh, but he dives up the racetrack. That's really where Radiant struggles, is in the entry of turns 1 and turns 3. Just dives it down low and then has the, I mean, not always, but the car just drives up the racetrack so much, leaves the bottom open. And the problem is, when he dives down low, he leaves the middle open, right? And so a car tries to fill in the middle, and then he goes and drives up the racetrack, and that closes up the gap, and then, you know, then he leaves the bottom open. So switchback opportunity is very much possible for Radiant, and Alpha trying to take advantage, but just can't do it. Of course, I mean, everyone that's been on the inside's done that all night, so it's not just Radiant, but that's for, I mean, Radiant's been preferring the inside, and here comes Alpha to fill in the inside. So, it's just, that's the downside of the inside lane. It's just hard to hold it down there. Dark's still holding on to second place for now, but Alpha, whoa, there was some bumper contact there. 3 wide, and Dark will get put to the pack, and ooh, bad bounce for Radiant. Got bounced off of the 46. Alpha up to second place. Ooh, a little bit of lag for Alpha through the corner. As Alpha wants to catch up to Avento. They're about a second back. So with all that battling that they just did, they lost another half a second. Coma, if I were Coma, I'd help out Alpha. Alpha's been one of the fastest cars on track. I mean, Coma is fast as well, but there's no sense in battling him. There's only 30 laps to go, but looks like Coma will battle with Alpha. I'm not sure if this is the right idea. He gets on by pretty quick, though. I mean, I'm not sure if I would have done that, though. I mean, Alpha is more prone to make mistakes, but battling like that just causes there to be a time loss. He is able to do it, though, and he's up front, and he's going to be able to pull away and start catching up now. Blaze might be trying to... Oh, Blaze just got late blocked big time by Alpha. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I imagine not, but I'm pretty sure Alpha didn't want that inside to be filled in. They're just trying to catch up to Avento. I mean, Avento's got a second on these guys. So, I don't know what kind of... I don't know what the leaderboard is on right now, but maybe I need to have a little bit of it after this race. Because it is way off. Putting Coma in 4th? Putting Blaze... I mean... Put Alpha in 5th. I mean, we know whenever Avento isn't... I mean, Avento's got really bad ping. He's in Brazil. So, you know, American base lead in the Midwest. Not very good for Brazil. But, man, it's putting everyone just everywhere tonight. I don't think Alpha too happy with the way that Blaze is racing with him. Blaze is finding some speed here late into the race. But, you know, Alpha would like to catch up to Avento as well. And with Blaze battling him there, it's only just caused them to lose more time. As we can see, look at that gap there. That may not seem like a lot, but, you know, draft is not very strong. And, you know, you can only gain so much each lap on these guys. It's not easy to gain time, especially with these cars. Yummy, really good at making these cars. Again, hats off to Yummy for these setups. They've been amazing. They produce some awesome racing, side-by-side multi-groove, and then with the ability to go single file. Hats off to Yummy for that. But and that's another thing. These cars, it takes a lot to catch up to each other. Of course, unless there's a mistake made by Avento or Coma. We've seen Avento make mistakes, so he's got 25 and a half more laps to try to not make any. Of course, caution could come out at any time. Like Avento really likes to prefer this middle lane. Oh my god. Ginty called it. Caution comes out. Radiant jumped out of his car. Caution out for the 6th time tonight with 24 laps to go. Super. Ginty called it, man. Ginty called it. Wow. He literally said caution coming up soon, and then immediately a caution came out. He said T-8 laps, but I mean, that was a little bit off. That is crazy. I don't think we got a replay, but we're definitely going to get a reaction to that. Again, Radiant jumped out of his car. Again, who's going to... Who else but Radiant to jump out of their car? Super unfortunately collecting him. I just saw at the corner of my eye, Super just dying. And it turns out he got caught on Radiant. Let's listen in to the comms.
You know what else is cool?
That's not what he said.
Never mind. Oh, fuck's
Oh, someone jumped out their car.
sake.
God.
Fucking spacebar did it again.
Radiant.
Holy.
I didn't even touch it. I didn't even fucking touch it.
because of the crash.
That's why he said it. I didn't touch it. That's why he said it.
Careful in turn 2.
Keep going.
Where is he?
Sorry for the audio just jumping up to be really loud there. But who else but Radiant to jump out of the car? That has happened, you know, more than twice. That is... That's crazy. So, 6th caution of the night on lap 106 with just under 25 laps to go. So everyone's going to be coming down pit lane, I bet you. So, fresh tires, fresh fuel to make it to the end of the race. No holding back in this last segment. We've been doing pretty good. There are 3 grid drops that will be served on this restart. Sorry, no, there will be 1 grid drop served on this restart, and that will be Dan at a reckless driving penalty on lap 94. And that caution on 106. So, right now, a couple drivers AFK. I cannot believe it's called that. No overtime, okay. So, MRL, no overtime. So, if there is a caution in the last couple of laps, the race is going to end under caution. So, we haven't seen that yet, I don't think. But that could be a possibility tonight as we start pacing. So, I'm guessing everyone coming down pit lane. Remember the order. We've seen some passes on pit lane. Evento, Coma, Blaze, Alpha, Dark, Dan. Well, Dan's going to get put to the back, and then Pink, who's going to get a second chance at life here. Then Super and Radiant at the back. So, I'm expecting everybody to come down pit lane to get some fresh tires and fuel. And everyone but Radiant stays out. Radiant stays out. A gamble by the 22. All right, everybody else, though, comes down pit lane. Final pit stop of the race, of course, unless we get another caution, and I'm sure a couple drivers will come down pit lane. But this is a good time to have a final race or final pit stop. Couple drivers just getting fuel for a couple drivers, I think. Quick stop by Alpha and Blaze. Aventa will still be out first. Alpha, Blaze, Dark, Coma, then Pink, Super, and then Dan at the back. So Radiant will lead them off on the restart, but he's on older tires. You know, last pit stop for him, let's see, was on lap 81. So already about 20 laps on these tires, another 20 to go. Or a little over 20. Again, a little over 20 on the tires, a little over 20 to go. So it's a gamble by Radiant. And of course, maybe we won't have another caution. Maybe we will. Maybe that's what Radiant's trying to guess here, is if there's going to be a caution or not. Everyone else slowly catches up to the field. They're conserving fuel pretty hard here. They don't really need to. Fuel is not the issue. All right, so your top 5, Radiant, Avento, Alpha, Blaze, and Dark. Saving gas with 1 to go. All right. We'll be going green this time as long as everyone can stay in a single file line. Avento dropping back a little bit. Pace car heads in. Radiant to the restart zone. We are back underway at Charlotte. Good start by Avento. Good start by Alpha. He drops back. Oh my goodness, an accordion effect. Back to Dark. Not a great start for Radiant. Avento able to get on by pretty quickly. And Alpha already up the P2. Slight contact to give him, man. Radiant just going wide on these corners. 20 laps to go here at Charlotte. Avento, Alpha, Blaze, Radiant, Coma, your top 5. 3 wide for third. Coma on the inside. Blaze up top. Radiant in the middle getting squished. It works out. Fastest cars of the day, 1, 2, and then Como kind of hanging out back. But, oh, Pink! Caught up on Dark, they drop back. Little incident there. Oh, no. I wanted to get a replay, and then I just ruined it. Now YouTube's broken. Oh, YouTube. Like, I like using YouTube for replay, but it is also the worst. Take a look at what happened to Dark and Pink. This was just 2 laps to go. Man, they're just getting squished up onto the wall. Tough break. That might be the race for them. Mento still with the lead. Coma now battling for third with Blaze. And then it'll be the 3 fastest cars of the night up front. Vento been really aggressive throughout tonight. Alpha worked his way from the back to the front real quick and has been hanging up with the leaders. And then Coma really been the only car that's been able to pull away. Vento did prove that he could that last little stint. Coma dives it in on Alpha. And no holding back on this last run. Alpha apologizing. A little bit of contact. Coma getting some good rotation through 1 and 2. Big run through the middle of the corner. Up the P2. Gets a huge push from Alpha. Huge push. Oh, and he got a huge push there going into turn 3. Avento up high. Coma down low. Can Coma block the run on the outside? Squeezes him up there, but not able to to fully cancel out the run. They're side by side for the lead with 15 to go. Blaze also getting involved up here. Well, up the racetrack, Avento into the wall. Blaze gonna stick behind the 18, now up to push the 97. Still side by side for the lead. Avento tags the wall, bounces off of Coma. Still side by side as they come across the line. 14 to go. 60% vehicle condition for Alpha. That he's going to start dropping back. Major damage from punting Coma a couple of times. And I'm sure Coma might... Actually, does Coma have any damage from that as well? Let's see. No, Coma still 100% vehicle condition. Alpha with 40% damage to that vehicle, and that's significant. That will slow your car down. Alpha, whoa. You're in double. Vento so far have been able to hold on to the lead. Coma not able to make the inside work. Of course, Blaze has been there too as they squeeze up into the wall. Oh, Dan nearly lost it at the back. He saved it. We stay green. Coma with a little bit of run, not able to make it work. Avento clear for the lead. Coma's gonna look down to the inside again. It's Pink and Super have some contact. Super saves it. Man, some amazing saves tonight. He's gonna be back with Dark and Radiant now. 12 to go, coming up on 11. Alpha with the dive, trying to make that car work, even though 40% damage. Coma nearly wrecks himself in front of Avento as he tries to take the lead through the front straightaway. Can he clear? No, not in the turn one. Avento still on the outside as Alpha trying to get that forward to do something. Coma with a run in the middle of the corner, clears for the lead. And here comes Avento. He's gonna try to look to the inside now. Coma down the block. Avento shoves his way to the inside. Coma nearly wrecking himself to block. And now Avento with lag. Lags to the infield. He comes back on the racetrack safely with 10 to go. But can Coma pull away now? They're 3 wide behind Avento. I was talking about how draft isn't strong and how it takes a while to catch up. Unless you dive it in like that. Avento back to the lead. 3 wide for second. How did Avento make that work? What a send. Just sent it into the corner and got it. Pink 3 wide makes everybody go high. Coma back to 5th. As Avento now tries to pull away, Coma down to the inside. He's going to have to drop behind Alpha. Not enough of a run. Eight laps to go here at Charlotte. What is making for a pretty good finish. Pretty intense finish. They start to single file out now. Trying to keep this pack together. Coma and Alpha side by side for 3rd. Pink gonna start to challenge the 97 of Avento. Avento coming off of a win at Atlanta. Oh, Coma into the wall! Coma into the wall with Alpha and Blaze. They drop back. Now they're significantly. Whoa. Well, calm down, everybody. Calm down. Significantly far back. Alpha lagged. Coma, and then telling Coma to lift. Whew. Minor heart attack. We're okay. Pink down to the inside. Give me a second here, guys. Pink trying to take the lead away from Avento. Avento not able to get the inside to work. Let's take a quick look at what happened to Alpha and Coma. And just Coma drove it in too deep. Alpha said he lagged I don't think that's on him. I think Coma just drove it in a little bit too deep, and that might be the race for those two. Blaze, though, is up here battling for the lead with 5 laps to go. Avento down on the inside is going to try to clear him, and he does. Clears for a moment Pink. Interesting. That's an interesting move. He goes behind both of them. What? Pink now with the lead. Blaze takes second place. Avento just gave up 2 spots. Four laps to go here at Charlotte. Avento dives it in on Blaze. Blaze might try to take this one back. Can Avento catch up? Or will Pink get his first win of the Summer Series? Radiant getting a penalty for reckless driving. 3 laps to go. Avento not too far back. Can Avento catch up? Blaze with the switchback. Blaze is going to try to take P2 away. 2 to go. Is that going to do the race? Is the battle between Blaze and Avento going to give Pink the win? Or can Blaze steal this one away? Avento's too far back. He's out of pouncing range. Blaze is an aggressive driver. We know this. He's willing to dive it hard into these corners. 1 lap to go here at Charlotte. Pink and Blaze. Neck and neck. Bumper to bumper. Oh, okay, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Oh, Blaze, an awkward entry into turn 1. Gets a good run off of turn 2. Will Blaze do anything in turn 3? Looking low. Pink down the block. Blaze looking for the switchback. Gets a run in the middle of the corner. But it's not enough. Pink is going to win at Charlotte. Avento kind of gave it up. Man. Congratulations to Pink, but wow. That little drop back, it had to have been lag. I can't imagine why Avento would drop back 2 positions. Everyone will start to come down pit road. But Pink will start to do his burnouts. And every race so far, I feel like has had a pretty awesome finish and a pretty awesome race in the Summer Series. Super excited for when the season starts. Oh. Pink will go to victory lane. Oh, Pink heading to victory lane. Pink heading to victory lane. There he goes. And we'll wait for Pink to get in here. There he is. Let's get him up here. Pink, how did you hold off Avento and Blaze, two of the most aggressive drivers of the night? And I mean, how did you hold them off?
I don't. It would have been. I'm gonna say this. It would have been so much different. If Avento didn't have to get back that place, but he had to get back a place, so he was back there, and then I guess him and Blaze battled a little bit, and Avento was like, you know what, Blaze, you go get him. And so coming to the final lap, Blaze caught me. I was ready for the spin, so I was just gonna park it. He didn't spin the tires I thought it was gonna be. I was able to block him and get the win.
So Avento had to give back the spot. I had no idea he had to do that. I thought he just kind of backed off, had a lag moment. I'll have to take a look back at that. But Pink, you were experiencing some major lag issues at the beginning of this race, bringing out a couple of cautions. Did ending that stream kind of help you out there in the end?
Yeah, I was like, I never lagged like this. I wonder what it could be. So I closed out all my tabs and stuff like that. And you were like, just close your stream, see if that helps. And it didn't. I didn't lag. I think I lagged one time after that. So definitely helped.
So thoughts on the cars and how they all control tire temps. Were you able to control tire temps tonight? It was one of the cooler day. I think our coolest night so far in MRL.
I think tire temps were in between what 10, I'd say 105 to 110 maybe. If it was perfect. Sometimes like at the beginning of the race I was at 98 to 101, and then I had to figure it out. But tire wear and tire temp weren't too bad in
How were
my
the
opinion.
setups?
The setups, um, not bad. You just had to, figure out the line. A little tight, just a little bit, but you were able to run the high line, kind of come back down to the middle, go back up. So it produced some good racing. I would say the racing was good. So overall, the setups were good to me.
I mean, that's what matters most, right? The setups are being good to you. Well, Pink, anything else to add on to the night?
Um, Glad MRL is back after the break. I think what is it? Who is it? I think Radiant had a bit of a tire heat moment. He said his tires were like what 150 instead of like 110. Yeah. We were like, how are you doing that? He's like, I don't know. And so yeah, was able to get the win, come back from one lap down after lag. Thanks teammate for the suggestion to turn my stream off. That helped.
I'm
And
surprised. I mean,
that's
I was
it.
telling you to turn it off before I said something in chat because I was like, man, that doesn't look good. Turn that stream off. You're lagging. Maybe some of you drivers need to listen into my stream. Get this information to Pink faster. Well, Pink, I mean, anything else or?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you, Pink. Congratulations on the win. Good job holding off everybody there at the end. Is this your first win? I think it's your first win. I would look at the standings, but I don't think they're quite accurate.
They haven't been
Yeah.
updated.
Well, thank you, Pink. We'll let you down. Let's get up. That's the wrong transition. Let's get up Avento. I know he's probably got something to say on that penalty or thing he had to give back there at the end. Let's get Avento up here. Let's see if I can find Avento as well. Oh, oh man, everyone's car's on fire.
Yeah, barbecue chicken.
Okay. Well, Avento, you're putting face the other way, Vento. I'm not putting my
Yeah.
camera in the fire. Yeah, that's fine. All right, Vento. So what was that there at the end? Why did you have to give up time? We thought up here we thought it was just like, yeah, you kind of maybe had a lag incident or had to give up time. What
Yeah.
happened for
I
you?
yeah, I lagged, got like over the grass, and I was like, you gotta give the back the position, but then Blaze was like 3 wide for 3 consecutive laps. And it was like, okay, can I give the position back? So I just, gonna fight up, and he was like, oh, so I guess he doesn't want to, and I'm gonna give him a warning. Like, understand, gained unfair advantage, but at the same time, I didn't want to, because I lag. How am I supposed to control lag? One wrong move, and I'm upside down, and my car is dead. So on that case, I think he should revise the rules, especially when if I got another warning, that would be a draw through, and that's something I didn't want to, because I already got a grid draw for something that I do will not extend to it. But yeah, that happens.
Um, okay, other than having to give up that time, how was the race for you? You seemed like really fast, maybe a little bit aggressive, but um, how was the race for you?
Yeah, it was nice. Like I could be aggressive, but not the self aggressiveness that I want, especially in a car where, yeah, I think Emma even said it like in the middle of the race I was overcorrecting the cars. Uh, Not a big fan of it, especially if those lightings on cause me some cause me more FPS troubles than actual lag. Cause I was like with 40 FPS every single lap, couldn't control it. And I think it should be a good recommendation to use that into the actual league with way more drivers, like 12, 13, maybe even more. Other than that, the race was entertaining, but also stressful if you were in the back.
Uh, how were tires and the setups for you, Evento?
I had better I had better encountering Atlanta with that hot track than doing with this cold track. I think Atlanta was way easier to save up than actually this. Cause this I couldn't really save. Setups were basically anti-saving unless you use the coma line. Instead of going up and down, you just went up, sometimes down. And and the setups were mid, like way to lose on the exit. But some drivers like it. I'm not a fan of it, but that's how it happens.
All right, Evento, anything else to add on for tonight? I imagine that you hold your points lead. If I think you have it, I'm not entirely sure, but I think you have it, and I think you hold on to it. But anything else to add on for tonight?
Just a general tip for like most of the drivers. Don't try to brake check trying to defend. Sounds stupid at first until you see that you're going 40 SPS lower than the usual in the corner. Then that's what happens. That's it.
All right, thank you, Evento. There he goes. All right. Ooh, I can interview. You know what? Let's interview Radiant. Let's get Radiant up here in the 22. Had quite the interesting race, especially there at the end.
Hi.
Hello, Radiant. Big question for you was there on that last restart. You stayed out, and I mean you were already
Yeah.
on kind of old tires. Was it kind of a gamble for you?
I'll tell you a little secret, but don't tell anybody else. I don't care that you're live streaming this and that there's other people in the stage.
Okay.
I respawned my car.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Not that it fucking mattered, but you know.
okay. Never mind. It wasn't a gamble then. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a gamble.
Man, I even saw you do it.
I was counting cards.
I even saw you respawn your car, and I'm like, oh, you staying out? Oh, what a gamble.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well. Okay, not so much of a gamble.
Yeah.
Well, Radiant, I mean, kind of an up and down day for you. You're up front a lot during the day. What kind of happened there at the end? You started the restart up front, and then kind of drifted back.
Well, it wasn't really anything that happened like at the end in particular. It's just the line I was using is very good from like 95 to 92% tire wear, but as soon as you drop to 91, it just becomes dog shit. And I didn't know any other line. So, plus I restarted with 85% vehicle condition because I did hit Yummy.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So that probably had
Yeah,
something to do with it.
that
but
probably
I don't blame
didn't
him.
help.
I did respawn my car, so.
Well, I mean, Radiant, how were the setups for you? I mean, you did run the one line that only kind of worked with fresh tires, but other than kind of that, how were the setups throughout the race for you?
I thought the setups were alright. If I knew how to drive them, it probably would have been amazing for me, but I just didn't know how to drive them because I had no practice. So.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Plus,
Yep.
not only did I have no practice, but I've also had a headache all day.
Yeah.
That probably impaired my driving.
Yeah, headaches will do that.
Yeah.
I can't remember who said it, but someone was talking about how your tires were boiling at some point of the
Yeah.
race. We're having trouble
I
with
got
tire
up to like,
temps.
yeah, I think I was the only one having the issue, but my tires got up to like 175 at some point. So.
Making use of those good years, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything else on for tonight, Radiant? Where did you unofficially finish?
Last.
Last. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anything else to add on?
No.
No. All right. I thought you were fast, Radiant. Just, I guess, yeah, on that long round, tires, they can only last so long. We wish you best luck for the rest of the races in the Summer Series. And we'll let you down. Ooh. Okay. I thought I cut him off. All right. Last interview. Fine. Coma. Let's let Coma up here. Where are you, Coma? Oh, there you are.
Take a wild guess.
Yeah. I know. All right, Coma. Where did you finish?
Fourth, I think.
Right. Oh, right. All right. Sorry. Bad memory. So there was an incident there with like 10 to go between you and Alpha. What's your side on what happened there?
I mean, the initial contact, Alpha went too hot. I was also following him too close. Racing incident. We had done it before. We got off it pretty easy. Until a similar face came behind me and tapped me back into Alpha, making it 10 times harder to recover. And it wasn't the first time. The first time it caused a caution, just, I don't know, coming too hot or just bumping people when it's already a high-speed corner. Apologizes, doesn't learn, hits back into it, and yeah, I mean, I went from having one of the smoothest tires in the field for basically the entire race before that. I never went under 105. I never went over 115. I was right in the sweet spot the entire time. And at the end of it, because of how much I had to fucking push, because of how AIDS it was to get even remotely close, I ended the race at 140.
Wow.
I went up 30%. 30 degrees, 9%, 30 degrees on my tires just because of how dumb and how bad it was to try and fight back. Because I got back to the lead. I can't remember if this was before or after, and then I saw my tire temps were getting pretty hot because of how I was driving. So I was like, okay, let me go back to my line, save a bit of tires, make sure I'm still in this race. And then this part is my fault. This is me being naive. I thought I wasn't going to get dove, or I thought the Highline was going to give me enough of a run. I was wrong. Avento showed up right beside me and disrupted the line, which is no fault of his own. He's taking the corner. So, naive rookie mistake on my end, and I couldn't drive away. And then me and Alpha were fighting for the longest time. Me and Blaze were fighting for the longest time. And then by the time I actually got any clean air, my temps were skyrocketed, and I couldn't move after that. So it's frustrating that, I mean, I don't know. It's my fault for getting into Alpha, but I feel like it would be much easier to recover if the guy behind had a little more racecraft and just overall awareness of the situation. But, ifs, whatever. Still got a top 5 out of it. Gonna need a points recall? Oh god, it's happening. I don't know the word I'm trying to find. Regain? We'll go with that. A points regain after not showing up to Atlanta. So hopefully we'll have to do more. I think Iowa is the next race. I don't know. Has MRL ever gone to Iowa?
I don't know. That's a yummy question.
Yummy? Yeah, I didn't think so. So this will be the first time we go to Iowa. Very interested to see how it works out. Only experience I have on Iowa, besides iRacing, is AIRL test race. I did a lot of private tryouts at Iowa, so it's going to be interesting to see how that runs. But overall, pretty good race. A lot of fun. A lot of good battles up front. But yeah, my old enemy comes back to haunt me with traffic. So we'll see what we can do in the following week.
Right, and you talked about. You were up front battling a lot throughout tonight's race. You think that was kind of part of the setups, being able to get multi-groove racing throughout the racetrack? How were the setups for you as well?
They were great. I mean, if you were on the bottom and you had to hold it, it was challenging to say the least. If you were alone, the Highline was dominant in a lot of areas. In everything except entry, the Highline was dominant, which is where I strive with that high-low, as Avento called it, the coma line. And a bonus was it was also a tire-saving line. The only downside to it was because even off the gas, you're carrying a lot more speed using that natural arc. So sometimes I would be in the middle of the corner at 280. And just to put that in perspective, the max speed you go down the stretch is 292. So it made it a little hard to stay off the wall, as you kind of probably saw every now and then I'd get into the wall. But overall, setups are really nice, unless you were on the inside. Then it was pretty challenging. But yeah, pretty good job from Yummy.
All right, and then anything else to add on for tonight, or anything else?
Oh shit! Is today Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
I gotta wait another day. Okay, stay tuned for ARO returns to Long Beach Sunday at 4 or 5 p.m. EST. We don't know yet.
We'll figure it out. All right. Well, thank you, Coma. We'll let you down, and everyone get out of my stage. All right, that will wrap up interviews, and again, thank you, Coma. And congratulations to Pink on the win. Ooh. Congratulations to Pink on the win. Epic battle there at the end. Super impressive. Super impressed. Man, I'm having struggle with my words tonight. Super impressed with everybody. Awesome racing. Great race overall. Thanks, Yummy, for setting this all up, bringing MRL back. And, well, that'll wrap it up here at Charlotte. Thank you all for watching on the T-Man channel. Stay tuned. Long Beach coming back on AIRL. Again, that's on Sunday, so stay tuned, and we will see you then.